What up, nation? Welcome to another edition of the Wise Take NFL DFS Wise Stream. CK013 here. You can find me on Twitter at CK_013. Joined once again by the GOAT, the true OG, known to many as Paulie D. You can find him on Twitter at Paulie with a D's. Paulie, what's happening?
What is happening, Mike?
No, man, here to talk about some showdown action. We've got a lot of shit going on in the NFL in general. It seems like the Titans-Bills game is going to be Monday or Tuesday at the earliest, knocking it off the slate. The Denver game got moved to Tuesday for some reason. Do you know the deals? I just caught that right before when we were about to come on.
Who got moved to Tuesday?
I thought I saw something about Denver and the Patriots. So I guess because of the Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah, Gilmore's Dick Ford got COVID. So
that's the problem with this damn situation, right? Because he played on Sunday. So from my understanding of this thing with COVID is you may contract the virus, but it doesn't maybe it didn't multiply enough in your body to come up on a test. So my point is, regardless of whether you think COVID is serious or not, the NFL is taking it serious, and that's what's important to us as fantasy players is what they're doing. And so the issue is if we're going to see a big halt every time somebody tests positive, is you just let that player play. They're saying that he was in close contact, one of the few players in close contact with Cam Newton. So now we've got this situation brewing where he probably already had the virus in him. He passed the test because it did not multiply enough to where he was there. But now, obviously, the game's been played. A couple days later, he tests positive. So did he just potentially infect not only his teammates, but now Kansas City too? I don't know. We will find out. But that is certainly an issue, I think, with this whole COVID thing with the NFL. Baseball, basketball, bubble action NBA, right? Got it. In baseball, they're doing the no fans thing, but they play every day and there's a ton of games. You can make shit up. In football, it's kind of tough to make shit up when you only play once a week. You know what I mean? I mean, they're talking about if the Titans don't pass enough tests to actually get to play, they may have to forfeit those games that they've missed.
Yeah.
Forfeit cock. And now I know the Bills and some of these other teams will be happy.
They're saying, they're investigating the Titans for breaking protocol, and it's like you just can't live your life. You're a professional. You stay in the fucking house. That's it. Or the hotel or whatever the fuck. That's it. There's no going to the strip club like Lou Williams. You know what I mean? Like, you're getting paid dollars, and if you fuck that up, you should have to forfeit. And I mean, I know it's like almost impossible, but how else can you handle it? You know what I mean? There's no, I don't know what to do. I don't know nothing.
I don't know fucking nothing. I don't fucking know shit. We're trying to just make money off what they do. And they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And that makes it difficult sometimes for us to make money off what they're doing.
Yes.
Heard it here first. With that said, appreciate those of you hopping in, hanging out. Shout out to Chadwick in the chat. Funny video, says he had to do some homework, but he got to get dirty down first. I could appreciate that. She Like Me. What up, nation? What up? Tony A. Moved to Monday. I like 2 Monday night games. That is true, Tony. That's a great point. On the flip side, it's pretty cool having 2 games on a Monday, right? That is pretty dope.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm cool with the showdown action, but it's nice, like Dick. Yes. Joseph Walton, what's up, boy? CK and Paulie gonna help us do the dirty all day and all night long. That's a guy that knows what he's talking about right there. I can identify that.
True.
That is a guy that knows what he's talking about. Appreciate those of you rolling in here. Hit the like button if you haven't already. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Make sure you hit the notifications bell so you're notified whenever we go live. We cover a multitude of DFS sports and content, all for free here on the YouTube channel. And of course, we have a site, whitestate.com, a premium DFS community where we provide articles, projections, cheat sheet, the shit we use to get our edge. We try to give it to y'all. So check us out at whitestate.com. But at the very least, follow us on YouTube and all the social media platforms, all that dirty done. With that said, Paulie, it is time to get into this lovely game. We've got the Tampa Bay Bucs, currently 3.5 point favorites. So I heard this game, how a lot of books will open up their number only to a couple sharps because they want to see what they bet on at that number, and then they raise it half or lower it half depending on what they bet. I heard reports that this line initially actually opened at 3, and the sharps bet it at 3. So we saw it open to the public at 5.5, and now it's apparently come down to 3.5. So it seems like there's some money coming in on both sides. Early on the Bucs, maybe later on the Bears, and we've also had Chris Godwin ruled out. We've also had Justin Watson obviously ruled out. OJ Howard is gone. He's out for the year. And surprisingly, Fournette did get ruled in. We didn't expect that. He was pretty much doubtful all week, and last minute got squeezed in. So we got that going for us. We have a 44.5 total, down from 45. Paulie, I guess we'll start with the Bucs side first, and then we'll talk the Bears side, and then we'll kind of put everything together. What's your take on the Bucs offense today?
I like this game to score some points. I think these aren't like world beater offenses, but they have enough talent in certain spots to kind of do the dirt. I mean, Tampa really hasn't struggled scoring the ball at all so far this season. I think the Bears are middle of the pack and on the decline kind of defense. Tampa Bay is a very solid defense, but I do think Foles and a talented receiver like Allen Robinson can score against like any matchup, especially when forced to do the passing as much as they probably will have to. So I think this game goes over. And on the you said Tampa Bay side first?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tampa Bay is a little tough for me. I like Gronk today, particularly. And then, Mike Evans, Scotty Miller is fine. I like the Keyshawn Vaughn value option. Not really into Ronald Jones all that much, but he should get a lot of volume. So I'm approaching it like throw some Gronk in the captain, pair it up with Brady, and then I can get A-Rob and Foles and another stud with another decent player as kind of like a core build for me. You could easily replace Gronk with like a Scotty Miller or Mike Evans. That's the extent of what I'm looking to do with the Tampa Bay side.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. We have some injuries here, which should concentrate some of the offensive activity. But even when you split those injuries up, okay, you got no Godwin, you have no Watson, who was a backup of a backup. Now you've got Mike Evans. However, it's a tough matchup, right? Outside receivers haven't really done that well against the Bears. I was actually, when I thought Fournette was going to be out, I had my eye on Ronald Jones. The Bears have been sneaky bad against the run. Now we got Leonard Fournette here. So, I'm with you. I'm looking more towards the running game initially, but I do think that obviously there's some upside in the tight ends. I think that without Watson, without Godwin, while they have the two receivers, I think we could see a lot of two tight end sets. They still have Cameron Brate, I believe, right?
Wait, Leonard Fournette's playing?
Yeah. Leonard Fournette got ruled in. Surprisingly, it was a surprise activation. As of like a few minutes ago, from what I saw. Yeah. I appreciate that you listen when I do the introductions because I did mention that. But anyway, it's all good. It's all good. I've been caught with my pants down as far as not, listening to people several times. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure I totally heard what you said about the Bucs. So I think we're even. But yeah. Leonard Fournette is in, so I think that does kind of murkify that situation. I'm still cool with playing them both because I really think between the pass game and between the actual run game, I think they're going to be used a lot. And also because to your point about Gronk, I think with OJ Howard out and the injuries they've had to the receiving core, I think we'll see a lot of double tight end sets, which I think also bodes well for the running game. So I honestly like the running game. I like Ronald Jones, Leonard Fournette, probably the most, and I'm cool with playing them both together. I've learned that in these showdown slates about playing both the running backs together, so I'm with it. Obviously, McCoy's going to take a little bit of a hit there, but I wasn't really looking that way anyway. But yeah, man, I like the running backs the most and the tight ends, like you said, because I do think they'll be doing a lot of double tight end sets with the receiver injuries, and they're going to try to run the ball, so they'll have two tight ends in the field anyway. So I'm with you, Gronk. Do dirty.
Gronk scoring a TD today.
I think Gronk gets in the end zone today. I also think Cameron Brate gets in in a weird way, I almost want to do like both running backs and both tight ends from Tampa, right? With like the kicker or defense or some shit. I like the kicker.
Yes.
Did you like the kicker?
I don't mind it, but More so on the other side.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely correct. I was looking at Suck Up. I forgot he's the Chicago kicker. With that said, talk to me about the Chi-Town Bears.
Chi-Town, what's happening? Allen Robinson, Nick Foles, Anthony Miller. You know, you want to get a little freaky with it. Teddy Ginn Jr., Javon Wims, you know, I don't mind that. This Darnell Mooney kid's gotten some nice air yardage, but you know, I mean, I guess he'd be the third best option there. Cordero is always an option to kind of pair with the defense, hope for that kick or punt return. Could even get a handoff or two every now and then with the whatchamacallit, my boy Tariq Cohen, nowhere to be found. Jimmy Graham's had a pretty decent role. Usually he does his damage when they're trailing. They could certainly be trailing. That's it. You know, it's Allen Robinson, it's Anthony Miller, and that's like why I like the cheap receivers from Tampa to kind of fit those studs. Really don't like David Montgomery ever, and certainly not today. But he will have a decent floor of points because of the volume, similar to the Tampa running back Ronald Jones. But I don't like either of those guys very much ever.
Shit, I hear that. Allen Robinson looks like a pretty good captain, right? I think he'll be pretty popular. The targets look real, even with Foles in there. Foles seems more likely to get him the ball. One thing that concerns me is Tampa Bay's got a pretty good pass rush. Their defense has been really good this year, really good pass rush. We'll see how Foles does under pressure. He didn't look so great against the Colts, who have played good defense, but I think they're going to try to find ways to get A-Rob the ball. I like the Darnell Mooney call. It looked like last week he is maybe slowly surpassing Anthony Miller as the number 2 option over there in the pass game. I'm not saying you don't play it. It's a one-game fucking slate, so obviously if you want to play Miller, do dirties. But I do think there's more value with Darnell Mooney, who's 4,600 on DraftKings. And even the tight end here, I mean, he's more touchdown dependent. I don't like the price, but once they get into the red zone, if they do, they have looked towards their tight end fairly often, even though I don't think Tampa Bay's been all that bad against tight ends. Either way, it's the pass game, I think, is really where I want to go here. They've once again been really good against the run, Tampa Bay, that is. And David Montgomery, even though, like, that's the one thing about Montgomery is his role's locked. He's pretty much an every down back now at this point with Tyreek Cohen hurt. So you almost, like, on a volume play on a PPR site, it almost makes you like say fuck. But I still think it's a better spot for the Tampa Bay running backs, and I'm still more likely to play those guys. Straight up holler for a dollar. Let's talk about this from a DFS perspective, aka DFS perspective. Who are your potential captains?
Gronk, Scotty Miller, Allen Robinson. That's probably it.
I want one of the Tampa running backs. I just can't commit to which one. I would say Ronald Jones simply because I'm shocked Fournette's even playing. So I guess there's a possibility that he's playing too early, or maybe they're limited. Allen Robinson seems like the most obvious choice, and then Mike Evans. I mean, he's the only true like he's the best receiver on the team by far, and he's gonna be the guy. Now again, Chicago has been pretty good against these outside receivers, but Brady is Brady, and Brady will find a way to get his playmakers the ball as he always has. So Mike Evans, obviously, you can make an argument for it, though. Keep in mind it is a tough matchup like this. What about some stack action, Paulie? What are the potential stack scenarios, like incorporating the captain?
Yeah, so I feel like this isn't a 5-1 stack kind of game. You know, I think you try to go 3-3, 4-2 at the max, and like, I definitely want Robinson and Foles from the Bears. Those are two pricey dudes. So it's like, I like the Gronk and the Scotty Millers and even your, Ronald Jones, 7-4, normal price. I forget what that equates to a captain, but like 10-ish is viable to still have, to still get those two from Chicago. And then fill it in with whatever is the best of the rest that fits. Don't be scared to leave a couple bucks on the table. You'll be facing a lot less teams in those massive tournaments for first place. And like, I think it's now two of the no, there's been a lot. There's been like, I don't know, 5 of 12 showdown slates that have been won with teams under $4,900 in salary. I read somewhere. So like, don't be afraid to leave money on the table to get different. The key to me is getting Allen Robinson and Foles from Chicago, and then nailing whoever that guy is. That's the high scorer, you know. And it's like, all right, so who's gonna get the touchdowns? Like, you know, maybe we see like Green Bay's tight end dude. Like Gronk has one of those kind of days where he gets one, and then they're like, oh, that was fun. Let's get another. And then they're like, fuck it, let's get him a third. And he blows up. Or it's Scotty Miller having that kind of like Edelman kind of role today, you know, where they fall behind and Brady throws to him 13, 15 times. It's possible. You know what I mean? So, and I do agree that the Bears are not that great against the run. So maybe it's Ronald Jones or Leonard Fournette. It's really annoying that Fournette's there because it was just like clearly Ronald Jones. And now to me, I don't like that situation. I don't like the situation without Fournette. With him, I like it even less. You know what I mean? Because I just don't think Ronald Jones is really that good. So in terms of stacks, I think you keep it more balanced. Trees, 4 deuces, and you use the value player, whether it's Ronald Jones or Scotty Miller or Gronk or the other tight end whose name I'm forgetting right now. It's a 5-letter word. Can't think of it.
Great.
Great. There you go. Make America great again. And make that all fit. You get it?
Oh, I get it.
Good.
Oh, I get it. I think that makes sense. I think it makes a lot of sense, as a matter of fact. Kyle Booker has a question. Any Tyler Johnson?
Tyler Johnson, the point guard for the Nets?
No, he's the. I mean, I think that's what everybody would think of first. He's a wide receiver, I think, for Tampa. I don't. I mean, yeah. I think he was more to look at with Watson. If Scotty Miller was going to be out, but Miller's in, and I think they go double tight end more than anything else.
We're like 7th string receivers here. Like this guy probably was even on the practice squad till all these guys got hurt.
I just think we'll see a lot of double tight end sets. I really do. I think we'll see a lot more Brayton, a lot more Gronk.
So if this was like the Eagles situation where they're going to be on 90% of the snaps, then maybe. But you're talking about guys that are going to be on the field like 20% of the times. Right. Like those 2 dudes from Green Bay, they were on the field a ton and they were barely viable. Right. You know, and this is not that good of a situation and nowhere near the volume of snaps. On a showdown, anything can happen, but I'm not interested in that. You know, like when that stuff happens, I say, you know, that must be nice to have 150 teams times 6 in 9 different contests across 9 different sites where you can afford 3-4% of those guys. But for all the real motherfuckers out there, you know, playing 3 to 20 lineups, maybe even 50. We're not playing Tyler Johnson unless this is basketball. And even then, I don't think.
And even then, it's unlikely. Oh, that's good. I like it. Shout out to Tony Altiz says, smash the like button, support the nation. It's like tipping your bartender. Yes, it is. We run off likes, so please hit the like button. What is your interest level in the defense special team situation? Do you like any of these defenses? Do you like any of the kickers?
Yeah. I think Tom Brady's thrown like 3 pick sixes already this year, so like maybe that streak continues. And you know, both these defenses have enough talent to have like some scoring opportunities. In the same sentence, both these teams have like decent to good enough quarterbacks that don't make a ton of mistakes usually. That I don't think there's going to be a ton of opportunity, but they fit into me at like 25 to 40% exposure, and I would say the same for the kickers, where I think the game scores points. I think we're looking at another 31-28 kind of game. That's rare for Bears, but that's what I think. and I'm sticking to it. And I think you want more skilled players than anything else today.
Holla at your boy when you see him in the streets. All right, Nation, let's see if there's any questions. Ooh. I love the comments we're getting. Boy, Muchi Mob Ties. Yo, CK and Paulie, do you guys like Scotty Miller or Montgomery tonight?
I don't really like Montgomery, and I like Scotty Miller a lot.
Yep. Yeah, I would agree with that. Again, Montgomery, just a volume thing. Tampa Bay is really good against the run. So if you're playing Montgomery, it's probably on DraftKings, and you're hoping that he gets pass game work because it's going to be tough when they actually run the ball. Wes Bearden says, I'm a real motherfucker. No 150s and wasted money for me. Love it. Love it. That was inspirational. Our boy P10 1977 says that's why we rock with you guys, because you keep it real. Moochie says free info, hit that like button. Yes, sir. Appreciate it, Moochie. Femi says decent GPP at the MVP spot for FanDuel.
Decent GPP at the MVP spot for FanDuel. That's Gronk. No, let's think about this. FanDuel is a little bit different, where
the ownership is concentrated, right? Because there's no salary difference.
Yeah, and like the quarterbacks seem to make the winning lineups more often because like the receivers don't separate as much because they don't get that PPR juice.
Right.
The touchdown pass that the receiver's catching, the quarterback's almost equally benefiting from. You know what I mean? So, I think you add quarterbacks to the mix, but it's mostly the same guys. You know what I mean? Like, I think I'd be more into Mike Evans on FanDuel than DraftKings. You know what I mean? Like, he could have 2 touchdowns on 2 yards receiving and 2 receptions, and it'd be the captain winning kind of deal. But I don't think that's like going to be like catching anybody by surprise. I think him and Allen Robinson, Tom Brady, and Nick Foles will be like the guys. So it's probably CK's boy Ronald Jones over there.
Ronald, all day Ronald. That answers the question, I think, for Chadwick as well, who asked about FanDuel captains. Moochie, do you guys like Nick Foles tonight?
I do.
Moochie Montaz, any kickers in one game lineup tonight on FanDuel? So I think you prefer suck up, you said?
You trying to suck up to this?
Suck up to D's.
I mean, Cairo Santos is probably the better kicker, but Tampa Bay is probably more likely to score points. I like them about the same, which is not that much, but if I had to choose, I'd say Santos.
Los Santos. All right, that's going to do it, Nation. We're going to get up out of here. Oh, we got one more question. Jones and Vaughn together. I'm a little. I get with the Vaughn. Fournette's in, so
yeah, it's like you don't want to.
So yeah, I agree. It's like if you have it, you have it, but you don't want to do it. So yeah, I mean, Fournette and Jones, I'm okay with, but there is that, I guess that there is that. What if Fournette is not really that good? There's those possibilities, but I think, like Paulie said, that's for the big titty 150s. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Thoughts on Mooney and Vaughn and Fournette being active? We talked about Mooney. I like Mooney. I think Paulie's cool with him in the mix of the receivers, but obviously A-Rob is numero uno.
Vaughn's like out of the picture almost, although not totally. Like if you had him at like say 30 to 40%, even if you could be doing 10 lineups, you had him at 30. I'd probably only cut him down to like 20 because he's still cheap as fuck, and that helps like differentiating, and he still could get that 1 6-yard pass for a touchdown, 8.5 points at $200 or whatever his price is. That's glorious and will differentiate because everyone else is just like, all right, we're not playing him at all now. Take them out of player pools. some shit like that. So I'm disappointed because I wanted to see the kid play. I think I scooped him up in season long on a couple teams to stash and hope he, Ronald Jones got hurt and he became the man, the dude, But we weren't gonna play a ton of him anyway, so I don't think it changes much.
Oh, that's boy. That's going to do it, Nation. We appreciate y'all. Please hit the like button on your way out. Don't forget, Friday, we will be back with the NFLY stream. Myself, Paulie D, Patio Joe. A little three-man action, go position by position after we've had a little bit more time to gather our thoughts and everything like that. Last question, I'll do it for Wes because Wes has been good to us. Wes Bearden, best play under 3,700. Wes, I'm assuming you're talking about DraftKings. Under 3,700, there's not much.
Under 3,700. Whoa.
Shit.
It's probably the dude we were just talking about, Keyshawn Vaughn or Cordero Patterson, if you want to pair him with the D.
With the D. Maybe even Ted Ginn at 800.
Yeah, or Teddy Ginn.
Teddy Guinea. A couple people asked this question. We spoke about him a few times, but I'm going to do it anyway. Kyle Mooney, Paulie. Darnell Mooney. Sorry, Kyle Mooney. Shit. Darnell Mooney. Shit. We both fucking up now.
Yes. Because I do listen when CK says, he said he thinks there's a chance he might be surpassing Miller as the number 2 option in that pass game. As noted by the almost 2-to-1 target ratio last game, I think he's fine.
I like it. And that is going to do it. Tony A, how about Javon Wims? Any interest in Javon Wims?
Not really.
It's tough. It's thin. Thin like some dicks. Not like all dicks, but like some dicks. Some dicks are thin. But that's going to do it, Nation. We appreciate y'all. Catch y'all Friday doing dirties. NFL Week 5's looking pretty dope. I'm not going to lie. I don't feel great about what I like, but I can tell you that I really like it. And you're not supposed to feel good about what you like if you want to win JPPs. That's just JPP life. For Paulie D, for myself, the entire Wise Tech Nation, as always, good luck.
Yeah.